Why am I here? I mean, why am I here on YouTube? Though I sometimes do wonder why I'm here on the planet as well. Lately, I've just been curious, asking myself, why do I share myself publicly? Why on earth would anyone care to know about my little life? Am I ego driven and wanting to share my life with others? Am I just another wannabe influencer? Recently, someone made a comment in passing. It didn't really mean much to them, but that it seems egotistical for someone to share their life publicly. And that prompted me down this whole rabbit hole of existential crisis of why do I do this? But I took some time away from the virtual space, away from YouTube, to contemplate this question, all of these different questions, and I'm really glad that I did. And I'm going to share with you a little bit about that internal journey. I'm going to share with you a little bit about why I do share myself on YouTube and why I feel now even stronger and more confident in sharing myself with you guys. And as I talk about my experience, you can watch a pretty mundane week in my life. Nothing too exciting is going on right now, but I also just want to share that with you and want everyone to know that, hey, it's cool if your life isn't really sparkles and glitter and excitement all the time. Sometimes it's just life, and there's ups and downs and ebbs and flows, and it's all beautiful and it's all for a reason. So I hope you enjoy this video, and let's get into it. So I made this goal for myself to paint every day this week, and I am realizing that I'm not prepared for that. I have 3 paintings that are in the process of drying, so I can't work on them right now, which is one of the perils of oil painting. I think since I don't have anything else to work on, I'm just going to play around with this and use up some of the leftover paint that I have on my palette. I wouldn't typically describe myself as a super confident person, but I also wouldn't say that I'm a really insecure person either. I think I go through phases of both. Sometimes I'm feeling myself, and sometimes I'm feeling like a hot, steamy pile of poo. I will say, though, that something that I've really struggled with for a long time has been my voice. The things that I say, the way that I say them, the tone of my voice, it just feels uncomfortable. And that may come as a surprise to some of you. But this insecurity is actually one of the reasons that I felt motivated to create a YouTube channel in the first place. I wanted to have a platform of expression that would encourage me to use my voice and to push that edge of my comfort zone. I've worked really, really hard to get to a place where I feel somewhat comfortable and confident speaking on camera. So to hear that this confidence that I've been working so hard to build was perceived as vanity did hit me pretty hard. Confidence and egoism are two sides of the same coin, and it can make us feel more self-assured to write somebody else's confidence off as them being egotistical. Perhaps because we find self-righteousness and value in humility and selflessness. And while I think that humility and selflessness are wonderful qualities, I also think it's okay to want to share your life and your perspective with others. And I also think that it's okay to have an ego. We all do. And there's certainly a difference in doing something specifically to get more views and to try and feel better about ourselves, and doing something because we want to share art and inspiration and reflections with others. I've been doing this for over a year, creating YouTube videos, that is, and my channel is still very small. It's not the numbers that motivate me to create, it is simply the act of creation that keeps me going and the desire to be consistent. But am I immune to egoic desires? Absolutely not. Do I want to be liked? Yeah, definitely. Do I get more dopamine rushes the more views my videos get? Yeah. I am so far from perfect. I'm just as capable of narcissism as I am of confidence, and I'm just as capable of humility as I am of insecurity. I can be incredibly selfish at times, and certainly driven to boost my own ego. I'm human. But I really think that we collectively ought to stop viewing our egos as something to avoid, to mask, and to be ashamed of. We need to make friends with our egos to be able to have conversations with this part of ourselves, because ego is really just our identity. It's our sense of belonging in this world, and there's nothing wrong with wanting to belong and to be liked. It's a biological instinct, in fact, that was designed to help us survive. So this is the painting that I'm currently working on. It's a commission piece for a friend who I love dearly, and I'm really excited about how it's turning out. I love doing these type of archetype commissions. When the ego becomes dangerous is when we don't accept it. We, as humans, often try and push it down, to push it aside out of shame, and it only grows stronger to try and get our attention. And I think this is especially prevalent in so-called spiritual communities, because we've developed this idea that the ego is something to be ashamed of, really. If we accept our ego, then we're capable of achieving the confidence that we desire while also keeping that ego in check. When we can integrate ego with our body, our heart, our mind, and our soul, humility and confidence can coexist. No, that's mine. That's mine. So today is Friday. It's gonna be my last day of filming, and I realized that I picked a really terrible week to film. My life has been taken over by a puppy. And I've also just been very stressed. I've had a ton of anxiety this week, which you can probably see in my face throughout this video. I'm feeling very nauseous. Also, I have to prep for a farmer's market that I'm working tomorrow, and I have to be up at 3:30 a.m. I'm gonna take care of my puppy. He needs a lot of attention right now. He's almost 3 months old. And then yeah, hopefully I can just kind of like try and find some inner peace, because yeah, my anxiety has been like through the roof the past couple of days. Hold on. Hold on. You're insert your foods. So is my ego involved in me wanting to share myself and my life? Perhaps. And it's also not the sole motivator. And I think that that's really important to acknowledge. Is there a part of me that wants the attention? Sure, yeah, there's a small part. And there's also a part of me that absolutely hates it, I'll be honest. The attention is not my why. It's just what I consider a side effect of the process that is sometimes enjoyable and sometimes awful.
Sometimes you gotta just stop and take it all in. I feel like I'm my worst critic, and I often don't take time to really appreciate all of the beauty that I've created, but every now and then I'll come in here and I'll just lay on the floor and look around at everything, and I realize, like, how much I truly enjoy looking at all of the art that I've created, and I'm still amazed sometimes that I can create these things, and that after all of it, I can find so much beauty in them still. Like, I can go through this process that is sometimes very, very challenging and difficult to produce something that I've never produced before. And at the end of all of that, I can still be like, wow, I can't believe this is so beautiful. I can't believe that I created this. I don't know if other people enjoy my paintings as much as I enjoy them, honestly. Maybe there's a few out there, but I just love to get lost in them. And I hope that they find good homes someday. I want to keep expanding and creating more, and these walls are going to fill up sometime soon. There are definitely things in my life that I want to change, and I don't want to ignore that. I want to work towards solutions, but I also want to be really cognizant and aware of how lucky I am and how blessed I am to have everything that I have, and to be supported in the ways that I'm supported, and to be able to create art, even if it's only for 15 minutes a day. It's really such a blessing. I cut my hair, I did a face mask, I took a nice long shower. I just took some time to really take care of my body, and man, I feel so much better. I'm so glad I did that. Things are looking up. And so now I'm going to get myself ready for tomorrow for the farmers market. I have to be up super, super early. I love to create. I love the process. I aim to have a creative, fulfilling career that I love, and I also know that I have to put myself and my art out there in order to do that. I also have a lot of feelings and I have a lot of thoughts, and it's wonderful to have a space to express them. And it feels way more helpful for me to share my perspectives than to keep them to myself. It lights me up when people resonate and walk away with inspiration. And my life is the only lens of experience that I have, so yes, of course, I share through that lens. I create these videos also to overcome my insecurities surrounding my voice. It has definitely pushed me to expand my comfort zone. And I know that I am far from the most charismatic, beautiful, or interesting person on YouTube, but I also know that I don't need to be in order for my life to be worth sharing. And I hope that the handful of people that come and watch this video can see a part of themselves in me and feel a little less alone. I'm sending so much love to all of you out there. Thank you for being here. So just get out there and live your life and screw the haters.